In the global race against the coronavirus pandemic, China has at least 5 potential vaccines in human trials. NBC News is the only American news crew to see this firsthand.
We're ready.
A potential vaccine that its developer, Sinovac, sees as promising.
So the cells are growing in here?
Yeah.
Those are virus cells churning in bioreactors. The vaccine made of inactivated cells, meant to behave like an infection but not make people sick, similar to vaccines for polio and rabies.
Do you feel close?
Yeah.
Scientists here hope their vaccine, called CoronaVac, will be ready by the end of the year.
We are all competing with virus, right? This is the ultimate objective, to get rid of the virus.
In China, finding ways to stop the virus that first emerged here has been made a national priority. The government is pouring billions into development and has an ownership stake in at least 3 of the vaccine companies already in clinical trials. And it isn't just a vaccine China is aiming for. At Peking University, researchers are using neutralizing antibodies to treat infected mice. Animal testing results published in scientific journal Cell suggest the drug shortens the recovery time from COVID-19. And the lead scientist, a former Harvard University professor, says there are signs the drug may also offer short-term immunity.
If proven to be effective, it could offer a cure even before the vaccine comes out.
Yet with the stakes so high, the competition to be first is fierce, with President Trump putting blame for the pandemic back on China.
I can name Kung Flu.
For China, it's as much a race for prestige, the government looking to boost the country's image, leaving some experts urging caution.
I think it's really important that you look at the individual track records of the companies that are preparing these vaccines and look at their history and see if there have been lapses in the past.
So it's pre-filled syringe.
So it's injected.
It is injectable and it's easy to use.
Results of Sinovac's preclinical study published in Science suggest CoronaVac has shown signs of protection in monkeys. Phase 3 human trials start soon in Brazil, where the infection rate is still high, because in China there aren't enough coronavirus cases anymore to prove a potential vaccine can work.
Janice, I mean, as you mentioned, it's a race between companies, between nations. If China does finish first and gets a vaccine ahead of the U.S., would Americans be eligible to get that vaccine?
Well, Savannah, most experts figure that China is going to prioritize its own people first, though Xi Jinping has said that China would share the vaccine with the world. The U.S. is being just as vague on its plans, and nobody is talking timelines quite yet. There are still concerns about safety and regulatory shortcuts, given the urgency of the pandemic and just the sheer competition of it. But even if China doesn't develop a successful vaccine, it's likely still going to have to be involved in the mass production of one. Few other places on the planet have the scale to do it. Sinovac, the company we visited, says they're not wasting any time. They told us they're still months away from any possible approvals, but they're already ramping up production on 100 million doses. Savannah?
Yeah, that's how they're fast-tracking these vaccines. A lot of these companies are manufacturing them before they know if they work. Janice, thank you very much. A fascinating look inside. We appreciate it.